Having just moved to New York, I was still unpacking boxes. The morning news was on TV, when all of a sudden the screen was interrupted with a picture of a burning tower and a Hispanic voice saying he thought a Cessna or something hit the building. Now, I'm not a pilot, but that immediately struck me as not right. It would be next to impossible, even for the worst pilot, to actually not avoid those towers. My instinct said, this is impossible to be an accident, and certainly not a Cessna. I was right. In that moment, I thought of my training as a journalist and grabbed my camera bag and ran. As I was descending my steps, the building shook violently. I had no idea then that it was the second airplane hitting the tower. I continued running. As I made my way up Broadway towards the towers, it was like the images I've seen of a ticker tape parade in New York City. Confetti raining slowly down all above me, but this was a different confetti mixed with ash. I had no idea how to process what I was seeing. The speed with which a body hits the ground or another heavy object is so fast and so furious, there would be no time to avoid being hit if you were below it. As I walked, I realized I was avoiding stepping on unrecognizable body parts everywhere. I started looking down and not up. What is that? I would say to myself. It was as if someone had gone into a butcher shop and grabbed handfuls of flesh and thrown them all around the streets. I sidestepped and overstepped over the detritus of people's lives, a shoe, a daytimer, a child's drawing, a forefinger and a thumb ripped from a hand, unrecognizable body parts, a mess everywhere. At one point, I looked up at the gaping hole in the building, and I thought, that's not good. That could fall, and if it does, it's going to fall on me. So I walked west a few doors to the corner, directly in front of St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church. All of a sudden I heard a loud rumble, and I knew immediately what it was. Run! As I dived like Superman towards a corner, the shock wave of air blew up the lobby I was diving into. When the roar stopped, I realized I could not breathe. The heavy dust obliterated any distinction between inside and out. Ghosts appearing and disappearing. People appeared like apparitions in the dust. I walked away. Crushed was everything outside the door. There was now silence, a complete and utter silence, an unusual calm, no cries, no sirens, just silence. A group of people surrounding the back of a car with a transistor radio on top. Listening. What was going on? Are we under attack? Then all of a sudden, the same loud rumble, this time in the distance, and then a huge cloud of smoke, and debris comes rushing through the buildings and covers us. Covered again, I cannot breathe, and life disappears. There is nothing but the thought that I cannot open my eyes. I cannot breathe. I walked towards my apartment. Covered and coughing, I made it home. Inside, it was covered as well. I was lucky, though. I was alive. This experience changed my life. I spent a lot of time after that just observing people. In the subway, I stared out the window of my apartment, thinking about what to do next. I took long walks on the beach. The guy that sold me my newspaper every day, I thought about his life. I thought about people in nature and people, and did strange photographs. I thought about the homeless guy on the subway, and I didn't want to end up like him. I learned to do tango. I joined a band with these two women and recorded some CDs and did some shows. I went to the Ukraine and I found a witch doctor, and I thought I was doing anthropology. And here I knew I was in my element. And I was excited to get back to the United States, change my life, and start doing visual anthropology.
Send her home. She don't know where she's going. Send her now. She's scared of old not knowing. Don't you know she never was the girl to take it all in stride? How am I supposed to tell the girl, let go and just ride? Here alone, I'm drowning in her face. Painted doll, bare teeth in fits of rage. Bone white gate hold back, a tongue sharp as a scythe. Was no telling how she would react. We laughed away the night. Tea, 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 tea. Send her home. I don't know where she's going. Send her now. I'm scared of old not knowing. Don't you know it's been the kind of world where I could use a friend? I've made peace with you on this before, but now